episode in this live, I'm actually going to build a test for you, and we're going to be using a traffic campaign opposed to a lead or purchase, simply because that is going to get us an idea of click-through rates on a low budget. And it's something that I do in my accounts all the time. I'm doing it in my clients' accounts because we can get a real good understanding very, very quickly for not a lot of money on what's going to work. But before we go into that, a little bit about me, in case you've not been on one of these before. I'm not going to take too long. So I own a Let's Run Social, which is a Facebook ad agency, and these are some of our clients. We've got Enterprise, Verizon, always got to say the big ones, haven't we? But we have plenty of other clients here that we deal with on a day-to-day basis that have been with us for years. Enterprise, for instance, has been with us for 3 years now, so we're not doing too badly from that point of view of a retention. But why am I on this call dressed as a doctor, you're probably asking? That's because I have a school called the Ads Clinic. Now, this is completely free for you to go into. And the reason I did this was because it's really, really expensive for a small business to use an agency. And a lot of small businesses don't even need to use an agency. You can learn all this yourself. And if you can't learn it yourself and you want some help, you can actually go into the Ads Clinic consultancy, where I or a member of my team can help you with your Facebook ads on our calls, one-to-one in your ads manager, set things up, educate you, etc., etc. All this started because of a Let's Run Facebook Ads started 3 years ago. That's my podcast. It's a leading podcast. We have just tipped 100,000 listeners on there, which is absolutely fantastic. I can't believe it. And I just go live. Well, I do a podcast once a week, a bit like this, where I talk to a microphone. It gets recorded and you can listen to it. So you can go there as well. So I've got Let's Run Social. But what we're here about today is really what I want you to go is go on to school.com/the ads clinic and join my free school, which is just like this one here, which has how-to lessons, podcasts, all sorts of stuff. I also do a drop-in clinic at 4:30 on a Thursday. So tomorrow at 4:30, you could jump on to a Zoom call with me and some others, and we'll look at your ads, answer questions, and help you on your way. So let's get into this. So why Facebook? Well, Facebook, I do TikTok, I do Facebook, I do LinkedIn, but by far my expertise and where I get the most results for our clients is through Facebook. It's been going ages. We all know it. We're all a user. Whether we go into Facebook or we go into Instagram or we're using WhatsApp, we are on that platform, and we can get, as advertisers, really, really good ROI. Like some of my clients, I'm not saying it works for everyone. Usually why it doesn't work for everyone is because you haven't tested out your hooks that we're about to show you really simply. You've done one hook, it was okay. You've done one static, it was okay. And you wonder why things haven't come through, and you've just resigned and gone, nah, Facebook doesn't work. It does. If you've got a good service and you've got customers that are coming in and you're growing as a business and been around for ages, you've got a business, so people want it. So let's get some Facebook ads actually going out correctly to win more business. There's 44 million people active on Facebook, 66% of the total UK population. We can have loads of touch points, regularly used by millions. There are 70% of Facebook users visit daily. Audience diversity, Facebook user base spans all age groups, genders, and interests. 28 million people. So this little graph here is basically a nice green audience here, not too specific, not too broad. It's 28, let's say 30 million people in that. A lot of people to go after. Now we can start targeting these people. So this is just a little snapshot of inside an ads manager. So we can start targeting by demographics, age, gender, relationship. We can start looking at lookalikes. So we can say, right, okay, there's 1,000 people who buy from my business. Create me some lookalikes based on that. We can do custom audiences for retargeting. Anyone's been to your website, let's retarget them, trying to get them back into your funnel. And we can, even if you're a clinic or a shop, we can actually go to a radius around you. I'm going to show an example of this geo-targeting at work in a second. Two of my clients, I'm just going to quickly show you before we start. So this is a November stat. They spent 788 quid. They are a wedding photography and videographer. They had 26 leads come in. 26 of those leads turned into calls. So basically that was a simple instant form, created a lead. They get an email, ring the person on the email. They had 16 calls out of the 26. Their cost per call was $49. Their cost per lead was $30. move down to the bottom. They did 18,000 in that November month based on those 16 calls. Of those 16, 6 signed up, 18 grand. We all want a bit of that. Second one, always go on a call with this guy on a Wednesday. So today, we've actually just turned this ad off, so I need to update the slide. And we're actually on week 14, so apologies. It is just kept going up, but you can see here, it's not that week 10 onward has failed. I will update this. It is actually getting better. But you can see on his first week here, exactly the same strategy. Leads came through to the landing page, 66. 18 of those turned into a call, 5 sales, 3 grand. Optimized week 2, week 3, week 4, did stuff to the ads, more ads being tested. We've just actually finished a test, hook test, like I'm going to show you in a second. And we did that around the 9th, 10th week. More ads have been going based on that. And you can see here, we've got 17,500 weeks. This isn't months, this is weeks. Spend 2 grand, take 17.5. Spend 1,800, take 12. Spend 1,800, take 14. We all want to be in that situation. And you've just got to get this done properly and stop like doing one ad, doing it really badly, and hoping that everyone's going to come and buy from you, because they won't. Right, so let's move on now to Ads Manager, and we're going to use a bit of ChatGPT. So without you having to sit here on your lunch break and watch me writing hooks, I've done it here. So we're going to build this based around the Ads Clinic, okay? So 10 hooks focus on struggling with Facebook ads and promoting my free school community. And it's come up with these 10. So we've got struggling with Facebook ads, join our free community. Facebook ads not working, get help, free help inside our community. Tired of wasting money on ads, etc., etc. So we're going to use, just to keep this nice and brief, we're going to use a couple of these in our test. So how do we do a test? Right. Well, if you've watched any of my content and you know me at all, I will always say to you, if you go and create a new campaign and you're using anything but sales or leads, then you're entirely mad and you are not going to get any success from Facebook advertising. Fact. But on this occasion, we are going to use traffic, and that's because we are not using this traffic campaign to get purchases or sales or leads. We are using this to test. And the reason we're doing that is because traffic is based upon link clicks just down here. And if you get a link click, it means you get a click-through rate. So if we're going to get a high click-through rate on a particular headline, we're going to take that logic, and then when we build it into a lead or sales campaign, we have already tested with human beings on the platform who are seeing your ad as normal in their feed. They're reading the headline and it's making them click. The best headline is going to get used in our actual campaign where we're optimizing to get leads or purchases. It's that simple. So let's start off with what we're doing. And I'll show you one that we did last week. And you can see here, if I go on to the maximum spend, not a lot of money was spent on this. So what did we spend? 59 quid. And you can see here, we've got our same video. And you might have seen this on the internet. On the internet, how old do I sound? You might have seen this on the social feeds. This one's just gone live. So the Ads Clinic free ad review. Fix this now. Stop losing sales. If you're using traffic ads, you're wasting money. Stop. You're using the wrong Facebook ad objective. So you can see this is the test. Now I've let all these get to about 3,000 impressions. Reach 3,000 people. Around about 3,000 impressions. Everyone's only seen this once. And if I go along here, you can see how I've written these out. So I've got each one is exactly the same. Nothing changes. The only thing that's different is on the video. And I think if I can make my brain go back to actually like 3 days ago, I think there is not even any text. No, there's no text. And my only headline is, there's not even a headline. This is literally just to bring you in. All I want to do is test out this. So everything's the same. And we are just testing that hook. Okay. So these are all pretty good hooks, actually, because you can see it's all working really, really well. My CPM is nice and low. And you can see here the click-through rate. So if I go through to CTR, click-through, you can see here, stop. You're using the wrong ad objective, 2.04. compared to fix this now, stop losing sales, which you could look at and go, that's still good, 1.46. So I want to focus on these two as my winners. Make sense? Nice. Let's go and build it. So we're going to go into create and we're going to choose a traffic campaign and we're going to continue. We're always going to go to manual because we want to make sure that we're getting all the things correct. And we're going to call this our headline or hook test. Okay, depending on what you can, this could be a headline, it can be a primary text hook. You could, whatever you're wanting to test, just label it that. So we're going to do this as a hook test on the video, like so. We're going to go down and we're not going to turn any of this on. We don't want to be using Advantage Campaign Budget because we're going to test each one is going to have its own, say, £3-5 a day at ad set level. So we know that it's all going to, because what if we did, if we put it here, each one would be spending 20 quid a day and then Facebook would decide which one would win. And that's not what we're trying to do. It's not to say that wouldn't work, but I want to know over the course of a couple of days with people going to bed, waking up and seeing this thing, things do change in it. I want to see what actually is coming through as a winner. Okay, so we've got a hook test. We're going to keep that off. We go to next. Now, even on this one, I'm not too bothered about the audience. I'm going to keep this broad. Broad meaning there's no interest overlay, but we are going to go 25 to 50 because I want to make sure I'm hitting people who are doing this kind of thing. It's automatically for some reason gone down to cool, so we want to make sure that's website traffic because we're sending it to our school. Maximize number of link clicks, that's what we want. Dynamic creative, that's disappearing, we're not going to have that. And this is going to be set to just 3 quid a day. This ad set is going to be 3 quid a day. We don't need to, you could set an end date. If you wanted to just be careful, you could just go, right, we're going to start this. I want to make sure it switches off on the 7th, just in case you're busy, you're out of office, and you don't have a chance to get into it. So we're going to come down to audience controls. Now in here, we can go audience suggestion, and we can go in here, and let's just make this 25 to 50, like so. No targeting. If you can, if you want to, but you don't need to. We want people to see this ad. The only people who are going to click this ad are the people who it resonates with. Now, this is ad one. Right. So if we go, I don't even see ad one. If I now switch back to here, we're going to take this one as our first, and we're going to stick that in there. Okay. Struggling with Facebook ads, join our community. Now, let's say, actually, we're not going to do that at all because I've just realized that I've got to upload the videos and they haven't got those hooks on. So that's how I wrote it. They're not the ones we're going to use, but that's how you will use it to get help ChatGPT to do this. We're going to go in here and you change this to the ads clinic like that. That should automatically change, but it doesn't. So we're going to change that to the ads clinic. There we go. So we're going to go down here. We're going to keep it to single. We're going to turn off multi-advertiser ads. And then we're in the creative setup. Now we need to make sure this is going to the right place. So I'm going to literally open the school here. Right. So we're going to take that URL because that's where I want people to go. Now, if you're not logged in as me, this URL will bring you to the, if you want to go further, actually, let's take it to invite, which is copy. This is our about page when someone comes to it. I'm going to stick this in here like that. Right. So we're going to our creative. Now, it's going to bring up an area to do creative setup, text, and media. Now, I want to make sure this is something that's really buggy. It brings in a catalog, and that will be one of my other clients' catalogs. So if you're running other clients' ads, you don't want that in there. So I'm going to disconnect that. We're going to go through the text. I'll come back and do the text in a second. We're going to go to the media, and I'm going to choose one of the videos. So here we go. So let's choose this one. Stop. All right. So I'm going to bring that through. Yes, with that. Check that everything's fine here. Yep. We want to turn off all optimizations. I like to turn it on and off again just to make sure it gets rid of everything. Because you can see here, look, add catalog items. We don't want that. And then other, look at the little ones they've hidden here. Really bad. So always make sure it's off and then decide what you want to do. I always keep them off, to be fair. Right, there's our media. So this ad here is stop you using the wrong Facebook because you have to. Stop you're using the wrong, right. You would make this obviously look a lot neater. So here And then the headline would be, it doesn't even really matter about the headline, but like sign up today, join today. Yeah. Each one's going to have exactly the same. We don't want to make any difference on this. I'm not even going to put any text in. Now, if you were going to test the text, then you could. If your video didn't have any writing or you're using a static, then you test your text here. Sorry. Let's imagine it. Let's just do this one. You would test it here. So the only thing they're seeing is that bit. So imagine this is a static. Get rid of those variations. Now you can see it. So struggling with the Facebook ads, join our free community. That would be your hook. That'd be what you're testing. Because you could be testing, if I was to get rid of this one, let's put a nice little image. This is what I'm actually testing at the moment. Went live today, actually. So let me know if you see these, but this one's like this, kind of bright. Next, skip the AI because it's absolute rubbish. Through to here. There we go. So you could, this is like similar to the test I've been doing this morning. Struggling with Facebook ads, join our free expert community. There you go. It's all about the ads. Okay. So let's do this one. Actually, let's do this. So there's our image and there's our creative and image and copy. Let's change that. So slight change of direction, guys. So then we can at least keep all this in stack. So we can use a couple of these and build them into here. Okay. So we've now built this. We want to go through to make sure we want to do a join today. Bet there isn't a join today. It'll be a sign up. Yeah, there we go. So we can sign up. We don't have any of that. It's going to that website. We don't want that. We don't want to call. See all these little things, just automatic switch on. You have to be careful. And we want website events. So there's our website events. And there we go. So let's test that out. Right. So there we have our first test ready to go. But we want to test 5. So all we're going to do here is we're going to go back up to broad. We're going to name this now broad, and it's going to be that one. Now, if you know you're going to test, you could actually just take that out because they're all going to be the same audience. So now we've created our first ad. Okay. Now to do the testing, remember £3 a day per ad. We're going to go onto the ad set level and we're going to quickly duplicate it. Now that has brought through everything exactly the same, but we don't want everything exactly the same. We want to change the headline. So we go into the ad bit of our new one. And we know what's our new one because at the end, it will say on this, it will say copy. So until we've updated it, keep on copy, go into the ad like this, take our new headline, which is this one, second one down, number 2 here, and put that in there, replace that. Make sure it says number 2 as well. Like that. Rename this. And then you have to just remember where you are, because if you got distracted by your partner saying, do you want a cup of tea? You might forget that you haven't actually changed this bit. Remember, this is what we're testing. So that one is struggling with Facebook ads. Let's go between them. Now we've got 1 and 2. 1, struggling with Facebook ads, join our expert community. 2, Facebook ads not working. Everything else has stayed the same. Just this has changed. Built. Number 3, go through here. There's our number 3 created. It's come across as number 2 because obviously it's just duplicated it. We go into here. We take tired of wasting money on ads. Change to the front, change to the next one, number 3, change the heading, go down, change the headline on the primary text, the primary text. There we go, tired of wasting money on ads. So now you can see this is easy. We can do another one, but we don't need to because it's easy. So I think you're getting the gist of what's going on here. We've now created a hook test using a traffic campaign. We've now got one ad set labeled struggling with Facebook ads and the actual ad struggling with Facebook ads. We've got the page and the Instagram account we're going to send this to. We have got everything switched off. We've got our image and we've just got our primary text, which is the title of the whole test, and our join today. Each one of these, build one, and then you change quickly duplicate ad set, number 2, quickly duplicate ad set, number 3. You could go on and you could do 20 if you want to. It all depends on how many you've got, what budget you're going to spend. So at the moment, we've got 3, 6, 9. We're going to spend £9 a day. So quite easily, we could do another one, depending on what your budget is. And let's grab number 4. So number 4. Right. So now we've got a 4. We're going to put that in here. Facebook used to have this, but this would expand, and it doesn't anymore. It's a little bit buggy. It's a real pain. So no matter how much you're texting it cuts off. Real pain. Make sure these don't switch on, these AI things, which are just literally the most annoying things in the world. You do get some good ones, but we're not. If we tick these on, we're going to be testing them. So we don't. We're only testing what we want to test. So there we've got 4. Now you can come back into campaign, publish. I might actually run this as a test, actually. I think I will. So we've now got that there. And we've got our hook test. So I can relabel this just so I know what it is. Hook test lead. Sorry, this isn't, sorry, wrong one. That one's actually, it's not that one. See, got confused. It's this one here. Hook test, traffic, join school. So we know what it is. Gosh, look at my writing. Join school, publish. Now that is now going to go into review, as you can see it has. And now we've got an ad set level and ad. We don't have to go, we can go in either or, both exactly the same. That one just has the image on it. It's now processing. We are now putting to work a test to see which one of these, everything's the same. We want to test which one of these works. I'm now going to carry on running the test because I want to know what works, because I might use the winner, or I will use the winner. And then once that's been done, we can then rebuild that and bring it into a lead gen. So you could take the winning one, build it into a lead gen campaign, and actually get it to send people for real to my school login to sign up here. Nice and easy. And that's your really quick, low budget way of testing your hooks, headlines, whatever you're wanting testing, even just create whatever it is. It's a nice, easy way, cheaply to test, rather than, because if you were to do the test based on a lead or sales, it would cost you a lot of money based on the objective. I hope that helps. If you want any more tips, tricks, here's my classroom. This is where you go. So you get a whole section of past drop-in clinics, past live sessions like this, all my lessons like this, how-to lessons. What's the ad clinic about? You know, if you wanted to become a consultant, go to the consultancy and have one-on-one with me or a member of my team. This is it. So if you found this interesting, you like what you saw, jump on here, sign up, and I'll see you in there. Thank you very much and have a good day.